nothing much to talk about when you're talking to the students. I did not prepare any PowerPoint as such because ideally it is adult one procedure. They should learn about pre-operative care, post-operative care and all those things, and then going with dressing, suture removal and all. We are still talking about it, that it will be shifted from fundamentals to other course. Anyway, we are only teaching it to them because it is not taught anywhere else. So we cannot go into depth of things. What is suture and how does it look and things like that. They will not understand even if you are going to explain everything. So my suggestion is just to orient them that there is something called absorbable sutures and non-absorbable sutures. Absorbable sutures are inside, many layers are there. They will be doing suturing of those layers and they get absorbed within around 90 days, they say. So that's why we say the whole wound, for it to heal, it takes around 6 weeks. So at least 3 months of time is needed for a complete wound to be healed. The one which we are bothered is the one which is outside, which is non-absorbent, and that is usually kept only for bringing the edges together. And these sutures are removed mostly from 7 days onwards. Minimum is 7 days, and up to 14 days, like for cardiac surgeries and all, it's a very big wound because they are putting with the wires open heart surgeries. So that may take up to 14 days. Just give them some idea about all these things and even talk to them about different materials. It can be cotton or silk or some catgut material and all has come now. Ideally it started with catgut. From the cat gut only the first suture material was made. That's why it is named after that. He has a cat. So it started with that, and they started making it different materials also. When we take them to adult one, I used to be there in surgical, so we used to take them for 1 week to OT. There we show them all these things. It's all available inside. They can see everything. So now it is only abstract for them, so don't go into detail of all these things. Now if we don't remove the suture, what will happen? This itself can become a foreign material for the skin and the patient will start getting infection. So it is a must that we need to remove. Even if the wound is not approximated, we have to remove and resuture. We cannot leave a suture beyond maximum 14 days. Okay, just give them those concepts. And many orthopedic surgeries are they are using the staples. Though it is very painful, they say the approximation and it is very strong, so it can hold the edges together for major surgeries and all. They are using staples also, so they should be aware of both of this. We are going to see how do we remove ordinary thread or silk or whatever we are using. The other one is staple also. Why these two are different? Because we are going to use just the stitch cutter. This is actually the scalpel blade. In surgery they put it on a handle and then they use, but this is what we are using for stitch cutting also. In the hospital setting also same. So we will be using this to cut the ordinary sutures, and if it is the staples, we have something called staple cutter. Supposed to be sterile, but we just kept it inside. It's not sterile. So she just kept it in the This is the suture cutter. I'll open and show you so that it's easy for us. Okay, it looks like this. So this is how we hold it. The curved end should be underneath, and we are going to put, I'll show you how we are going to do it, and the handle is here. We actually bend in the middle this pin and then lift it up. That's all we are going to do. Okay, but for the other one, see, actually this is just a clean procedure according to the hospital setting, and also in the book it says it's a clean procedure, but usually it follows dressing. So if you feel that it has to be cleaned, follow all the steps of sterile procedure. Use one of the forceps which is there, because when you want to cut the sutures, you need to hold it with the forceps. So you need a forceps from that. Okay, even for which I see in the hospital setting like this, So some sterile separate one forceps are also available. So they are using that. They don't even open the dressing tray. That's how I have seen it there. So we need all these materials when we are going to do. So you need not make it as a big sterile procedure, step by step and all that. Just the technique they are going to learn. When they are finishing, it's not even sterile gloves. It's just the clean gloves. Okay, but if they are following it along with this procedure, let them finish cleaning the wound and all that. Let them remove their gloves, because it never follows a dressing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You send the patient home, they come after 7 days, and you directly open. It is not cleaning, it is only wetting that area. That also they have recommended to use only alcohol. Wherever you want to see, it is only alcohol. We never use any alcohol over here, so we cannot do a dressing at all. They are saying when we apply alcohol, it loosens the sutures, and if there are some crust because of healing, it loosens all of that, so it is easy for us to remove. That's all. Okay, so how we teach here is, we just take one of the alcohol swab. Okay, because this is also sterile only. This is not alcohol swab. Okay, take one of the alcohol swab, just clean the wound. Okay, just to loosen the sutures, and hold it and start cutting it. And we have only maybe he will do for one set only 1 day. If you have 4 students, you do one, and 4 students are doing one. Leave the rest to the next teacher, because we don't have enough sutures and things like that. Just for them to know there is something called sutures and how they have to hold it, and that. We are not going to ask in exam also. And keep it in their, put it in their mind that there is something called steri-strips, which we will be putting after that. Because in case if sutures are not, the wound has not approximated well, even if the wound has approximated, the new trend is that they are applying steri-strips for all the patients. Okay, so better we also apply it. How to apply it? Putting the edges together. That will be there at least for 3 weeks, they are saying. So they should not remove, the patient should not remove. On its own, when they are taking bath and doing other things, let it fall. Steri-strips is, this is the one. Okay, I will show you how to put it. Sometimes even in the emergency, nowadays they are not putting stitches for small injury and cuts. They only put steri-strips, putting the edges together, putting a dressing. Okay, so this is commonly used. Okay, that's all is this procedure. I will just show you how to do it. So wear a clean gloves, and you have to first count the sutures before you start, because we should not leave anything inside the wound, and also there is a way to remove it. Okay, we are just putting it on a plastic, so it is not as good as on the patient. Okay, actually it should look like this. Somebody has put it, but they did not put it properly. It should be very big like this. Yeah. He has put it with, actually this is absorbent sutures. The small ones, fine ones he has done. So it is little difficult for us because it's on the plastic. Otherwise, we need to hold on to the knot. Under the knot we need to cut, and then move it in one direction. Why we are moving it in one direction? So that we don't leave any small portion of the suture inside. That's all. Okay. And after finishing, just check for any signs of infection, and any pain is there, or if some areas are not approximated. All those things, observations are very important for us. Sorry, I'm always using a blouse which is smaller for me, but I like the fitting ones. Okay. So we need to have one gauze piece for us, because we want to count at the end of it. Okay. If it is staples, we will be counting and throwing it inside the sharp container. That's all. So one of it we can take, and if you want to clean with, just imagine this is alcohol swab. Okay, you can just clean the area. Okay. Just clean the suture line with that, and it is supposed to have healed already. I am cleaning both so that I can. Okay. The stitch cutter, be very careful. Okay, one you use for one whole group, and it is very sharp, it doesn't have a handle, you have to handle it very carefully. Otherwise, see, very sharp it is. Okay, keep it ready. And you need one forceps just to hold the, see, if you want you can, it should be, actually ideally on the patient it will be standing separately nicely like that. See how I hold the blade, it should be held like this. So just go underneath, that's all. Okay, and pull it in, sorry, it should not be left like that, we have to pull it in one direction so that there is complete sutures.
Easy.
You will see also here, okay, whether complete suture is there. That is what we need to check, because if we leave any small portion of it inside, it's going to be infected. So that is what is important. Want me to do one more? It's okay, no?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am keeping it, but please make your students finish it immediately, throw it all, because these are all very dangerous ones. Okay, now when we come to this procedure, we don't need anything. See, I should hold it upside down, the curved portion should be down, and you go in the middle of the staple first, okay, and then press it nicely. See, you see, actually it should not come out like that. Real staples are very strong. They may, I think they are made up of something mixed with platinum. So titanium or something, I'm not sure. It is very strong, it's a little bigger, and when you go underneath it only bends. Then you have to lift, because this is our stapler, no? So it's coming out like that. So keep it also, count, always it should be counted, then throw it into the sharp cutting number to do that. That's all. Then steri strips you will have to apply. Usually steri strips, when they want to apply, they remove the gloves. Nobody uses with the gloves. Most of the videos also I have seen, they remove the gloves, then only it is easy for you to do that. Which side do they have? They call it as steri strip, here it is omni strip. Okay, see, you will see two borders like that. So remove one of that. Okay, so this one end we are just going to hold it and take it. Both ends also, if you want, you can take. And hold, there was another hand, no?
Yeah,
So you have to bring the edges together. Okay, how it should be applied is, bring the edges together and then apply it. Okay, I'm just putting it because this plastic you cannot bring it. Even if you bring it will go off. But real patient, we bring the edges together and we put it. Actually, sometimes you know what they say, you, if there is a big line of sutures, this is for abdominal sutures. Okay, one you remove, one you leave. Alternate sutures,
Yes, alternate
they ask you
sutures.
to remove. Because so that at the same time the whole pressure, it is not opening up. The wound is not opening up, because abdominal wounds, especially the vertical ones, are very big.
Very big, yeah.
So they say remove alternate sutures. Then after 2-3 days they remove the rest of the sutures. That also, it's all in the hospital situation. And as they remove the alternate sutures, they put the steri strips. Okay,
one by one, they
yes,
remove, they put.
they remove, they
one, they put.
but they leave it for the next 2-3 days to remove the rest of it, and they apply even in those areas steri strips, and the patient is sent home like this. And steri strips, this strips, even if they take bath and all that, water doesn't enter much inside, but still they have to be careful about it, and it falls at least by 2 weeks or 3 weeks they have written. So it is protection, still holding it. Okay, so this is and then abdominal wound, they have to give lot of health education, all that, let them learn when they come to adult one. What type of diet and how, what exercises, how they should avoid, and climbing up the stairs, what all they should avoid, those things also will be done along with that.
Sneezing to
Yes.
hold the area.
Continuation of this abdominal wound, they use the binder. Actually, it doesn't go with the bandages. Binders are separate. If the patient has big abdominal wound, they just finished the surgery, and you want them to like protect them from hernia. Okay, incisional hernias you want to protect, they are obese and things like that. Such patients, sometimes even in the hospital, over the dressing this is applied. Okay, remember that. To to support during the hospital stay itself. And you want me to do the procedure, just turn the patient to one side, put it underneath, bring it to the other side and put it. Okay, we have only this abdominal binder. Actually, there is something called many-tailed binders. Okay, it has so many tail means layers. Okay, and they put it one by one. First layer and you put it. Velcro tapes are there. So according to the areas, you can adjust the tightness. That's why they have given many-tailed binders are the ones which are used commonly after surgery, but we don't have such binders here. So this is the procedure. It's following with the wound care, and we have to, everything has to be disposed after we use it. Okay. Even this will be sent to the CSST.
Sterilize.
They have to sterilize it and send it. The other things you just throw it. That's all. Okay. Any doubts in this? And one more thing you teach them. These are called intermittent sutures. Okay, each one is single, so they are called intermittent sutures. There is something called continuous also. So they start with one knot here, the other knot is only at the other end. Those sutures, they have to remove it differently. But 95% of the time it is only intermittent sutures. So if we teach them this is enough. Then some blanket sutures, so many are there which we are not very familiar with, which is not needed for us now. And another trend is, one is steri-strips, the other one is the spray. We have some spray called off-site spray. I think when I showed the spraying, I showed. So all laparoscopic wounds, they are not even putting this no dressing. They just put the spray on the second day, after 24 hours itself. Just put the spray and send the patient home. Because it makes a biofilm over there, and even if they take bath, water doesn't enter, but it's only for 1 week. We understand it's only a small wound, it heals before that 1 week. Okay, so introduce these concepts to them, that is enough for them. Okay, shall we go to bandages?